Good evening, and welcome to our second virtual town hall. I'm Janet Gott, the mayor of Denison, and I have a very familiar face with me, our city manager, Judd Rex. We certainly would rather be with you in person, but we are grateful for technology so that we can stay connected with our citizens even during these unprecedented times. As mayor, I often get the opportunity to share our vision that Denison will become the community of choice. And people will make that choice because of our extraordinary quality of life. Now, I understand that quality of life is difficult to define, but it basically is a high standard of health, comfort, and happiness enjoyed by all throughout the community. Typically, when you talk about trash pickup and disposal, you're looking at simply a function of the city. But in fact, it is part of our quality of life. Part of our vision is that we will create a beautiful city, and these services provided by our city government enable us, our individual citizens, and our community as a whole to create that beauty that we're seeking. So when you look at it in this context, it really does change the conversation about trash. So, Judd, you want to talk trash?
Oh, Mayor, you know I love to talk trash. And last year in 2019, we did a lot of trash talking because we made significant changes to our residential curbside trash program, as you know, Mayor. We rolled out a more safe and efficient program that moved from a bagged collection at the curb to using 95-gallon carts and an automated trash collection truck. So lots of changes, and we're going to talk about those today. I'm excited about that. People often ask, how is the new program going? How is it working well? Is it not? And after working out some kinks through the program, as any new program has, we're excited to share that it's working really well. It's been a great program. The trucks that we use are much safer for our workers. We no longer have workers standing on the back of the truck to throw bags into the garbage truck. We have one driver in the truck that simply uses controls to grab the carts and empty them into the truck. So it's a much safer collection method. The trucks also hold a lot more trash, so that means that we're making fewer trips to the landfill and spending less money on maintaining and operating trucks. So it's a safer and more efficient program. The other thing that we changed with our program is that there are a lot more opportunities now for our residents to get rid of their bulk and brush items. One of the things that didn't change in 2019 is our recycling program. So what can you tell us about the recycling program? I know you get a lot of questions about it.
I do, Judd. I'm often asked about our recycling program, and mostly because nationwide, the recycling program has changed a lot over the last 2 years. And ultimately, these changes may impact our Denison residents. So it becomes increasingly important that we do not put any contaminated item in our recycling. Judd, do you suppose that our citizens understand that a single cart can contaminate an entire load?
Yeah, it happens. We do need to make sure that we're putting the right items out for recycling collection for sure.
The city is fortunate to be able to continue to provide residential curbside recycling. It does divert waste from the landfill, and it makes us good stewards of our environment. I am often asked what is acceptable to recycle. Well, there's cardboard, paper, magazines, all that junk mail that we get, glass bottles and jars. There's also steel and tin cans. But let's talk about plastic. We can recycle items 1 through 5 and 7. Judd, wonder what happened to 6? Do you know of a common item that falls in the category of a 6?
Absolutely. You guys probably recognize this. Your plastic cups that you use on beach vacations or just at home when you need extra cups. This rigid plastic, number 6, is not recyclable.
So, Judd, those are a few things that are recyclable. How about common things that we cannot recycle?
Great question. So let's begin with styrofoam cups, including similar items such as packing peanuts, plastic grocery bags. These are also not recyclable. You can reuse them at home, which people frequently do for trash or other items. Plastic wrap, that's also not recyclable as well. Some other items include batteries and hazardous waste. Please don't include those in your recycling. Other kinds of paper like tissue paper or wax paper, those cannot be recycled. So other items that are not recyclable when it comes to glass are plated glass, like you might see in broken windows, or like a fish tank, the plated glass in a fish tank. Those are all items that cannot be recycled. Wow, don't you wish recycling was that easy? So a few other tips and tricks for recycling. You want to make sure that when you take items and put them into the big blue 95-gallon recycling container, that they're not bagged. There is one exception, and that is for shredded paper. Residents often shred paper and documents. You can bag those. We want to make sure those don't blow around your neighborhood. So make sure they're in a clear plastic bag when you put them into the cart. A few other tips and tricks to think about are that if you're putting glass or plastic into the recycling cart, make sure you run them under water real quick and just clean them, make sure they're not contaminated. For cardboard, when you're recycling cardboard, it's best to break it down. Not only does it make it easier at the sorting facility, but you're going to save on space in your recycling cart as well if that cardboard is broken down. So that's an important thing to do. So finally, with recycling, it's every other week. Our trash collection is once a week, recycling every other week. We frequently get asked, how do I find out what day I set my trash out, my recycling, and my bulk and brush collection? So Mayor, can you share some information about that?
I can. You can visit www.cityofdenison.com/solid waste, or you can call the city at 903-465-2720. We have recently created an interactive mapping tool. If you use it and simply enter your address, it will tell you your trash and recycling collection day. It will give you a link to a schedule of pickups, and it will tell you when your bulk and brush will be picked up. Last year, Judd, we made a lot of positive changes in our bulk and brush collection. And would you like to talk about all the collection options that we now offer?
Sure. That's a question we get asked a lot. How do I get rid of my larger items or brush and limbs from the yard and other yard waste? So we have a lot of different opportunities for residents to get rid of those items, and we're going to talk about those in detail. The easiest way is if you have something large that you want to get rid of that does not fit into your trash container, you can simply take it to the curb or the street line, call the city, and order a special pickup. This is the most convenient option because you don't have to wait for your selected month for bulk or brush pickup. The city will then come by, pick up those items, and add a charge, an affordable rate to your water bill. So for our special pickups, we charge $15 per cubic yard. Cubic yard is a term that's used often when we're talking about trash. It's 3 feet by 3 feet by 3 feet, roughly the size of a washer or a dryer or half a refrigerator if you look at it that way. So for a special pickup, you call the city, take the items to the curb, and you're charged $15 a cubic yard. Very convenient and an affordable option if you don't have a way to take your trash out otherwise. As far as the bulk and brush pickup, this was a big change in 2019. We went from a quarterly brush pickup to really basically a monthly pickup for bulk and brush items. So brush items can be set out, and when we talk about brush, we're talking about yard waste, brush and limbs, that sort of thing can be set out the months of January, March, May, July, September, and November. So in those months, each area of Denison has a designated week that they can set out brush and limbs and try to do it in neat piles so that it's easy to collect. Generally a 4-foot long pile. If you can cut it up in that way, it makes it easy to collect. So those can be set out by Monday of your designated week, and they can use that interactive mapping tool to find out when their designated week is for brush collection. Set it out by Monday, and it'll be gone by Friday. That's how that program works. Now, for bulk items such as washers, dryers, appliances, couch, other furniture that you want to get rid of, those months for collection are February, April, June, August, October, and December. So during those months, in your designated week, you can put out bulk items up to 2 cubic yards, so that's a washer and a dryer or a refrigerator size, just so you have something in your head to think about size-wise. Up to 2 cubic yards during those months you can set out for free collection. Now, if you have a little bit of extra on top of that you want to set out, take it out as well. We'll pick it up, and if it's above 2 cubic yards, we'll just charge you the special pickup rate of $15 per cubic yard, and boom, it's gone. You don't have to deal with it anymore. So now there is one other unique opportunity that Denison has to get rid of bulk items, brush, etc. And that's our residential collection station, something that's unique to Denison. Mayor, what do you know about the residential collection station?
Well, Judd, I know a lot more than I did when we started preparing for this town hall. So the location is 300 West FM 84. It's only for Denison residents. It is mostly free, and they can dispose of just about anything. Brush and limbs, they're allowed 3 cubic yards free each month, but each additional cubic yard is only $3 and can be added to their utility bill. As far as other solid waste and bulk items, the first cubic yard is free each month, and each additional cubic yard is $5, also added to their utility bill. So, the hours are Monday and Tuesday, 8 to 5, closed on Wednesday, Thursday and Friday, 8 to 5, Saturday, 8 to noon, and Sunday, they're closed. So just remember, when you head out to the residential collection station, you need a driver's license and a water bill to validate your residency. So, Judd, there are lots of options to dispose of your waste in Denison. What happens if you see that your neighbors have some items that they need to get rid of?
Yeah, that happens. That's a great question. We're frequently asked, hey, I was driving through my neighborhood and I see some trash at the curb. Maybe it's an old couch, washer, dryer, bulk items. So the best thing you can do is simply report that to the city. Call City of Denison at the number we mentioned before. You can talk to either Public Works or Code Compliance. Either way, they're going to generate a work order, and for that address, make sure you know the address, and then our team will go out and collect it, and the owner of the property there will be charged a special pickup for that item. That's the quickest way to do it. The other way to do it is through the City of Denison app. I'm a big fan of this app, and you'll hear me talk about it a lot because it's such an easy way to interact and report what's going on in the community. So whether you have an Android phone or an iPhone, you can go and download the City of Denison app and report trash in the neighborhood, perhaps a pothole, or really anything else that's happening in the community. Report that, and it automatically generates a work order for our team to go out and fix the problem, and that's really what we're looking at there. So, Mayor, I think we have a few more minutes to talk trash. Why don't we tackle a few of the questions that were submitted for the town hall today?
Okay. Our first question is, how do we recycle old electronics such as a broken printer?
Good question.
So most consumer electronics like a printer or a TV or a DVD player are basically just treated like trash. You can put them out in your weekly trash collection, you can put them out for your bulk collection, or you can take them out to the residential collection station. So it's pretty easy to get rid of them. There are items, however, that should not be included in our weekly trash pickup, such as paint, tires, car batteries, chemicals, hazardous waste, shingles. So if in doubt, check with the city before you dispose. So Judd, we received another question. Can residents still purchase the large trash bags that were replaced by the new 95-gallon carts? You want to take that one?
Sure. Yes, you can definitely still purchase the trash bags. There are a lot of people out there that love the trash bags that the city used to provide for trash collection. We replaced those now with carts, 95-gallon carts, but the bags are still available for sale. So if you're interested, you can get a roll of 52 bags for $10.50 at the utility billing office at City Hall. You can buy it, use cash, credit card, any form of payment, and we'll give you the bags on the spot, and you can take them home and use them for whatever you want.
And our citizens do love their bags.
They do. They're great bags for sure.
So, Judd, one last thing. Let's talk about our courtesy carryout program.
Oh, yes.
This program is designed to assist our citizens that are unable to take out their own trash. And I'm convinced that there are a lot of our citizens who do not know about that program. Would you talk about the details?
Yeah, we have a lot of residents, old and young, that have mobility issues and perhaps can't wheel the cart, the 95-gallon trash cart, to the curb. So we have a courtesy carryout program. This has actually been around even before we had the carts. We used to help people out with their bags as well. So if you have mobility issues and just simply can't get the trash cart out, to sign up for the program, simply call City Hall, ask for the Public Works Department, and they will take your name and address and add you to the courtesy carryout program. There's an application process, a few questions to answer. Once you're signed up, our trash collection team, will actually get that cart for you. You don't have to worry about taking it to the curb, and for your weekly trash and then your bi-weekly recycling as well. So it is a great program. We want to help people out in the community that have challenges like that, and it's a great opportunity to give back to the community. So there's no charge for it. It's really, just like it says, courtesy carryout program. So
It certainly does.
It's a good thing for sure.
And it helps a lot of our citizens.
Absolutely. So that's a lot of trash talk, right, Mayor?
Well, it is.
Well, we would kind of wrap it up here. Look forward to having another town hall in the future. You want to share any final comments before we finish up?
Of course. Our vision of making Denison beautiful is fully supported by all of our efforts to make it easy to dispose of trash. Judd, when you get right down to it, trash is part of our quality of life.
Yeah.
And quality of life is the primary focus of our community. Well, Judd, that was fun.
Yes.
And we sure enjoyed having each of you. And we hope you learned all that you never expected to know about trash. So, Judd, may we do this in the future?
Absolutely. Let's do it again.
Does November the 12th work for you?
That sounds great. It's on my calendar.
And we hope we'll see all of you there. And in the meantime, please be safe.